Now, again, listen carefully, please. All right, I have lots of problems. This is a 2-day event. All right, so we're going to try to go down, and I'm probably going to do the odds with you guys. All right, we're going to do the odds. And then the other class, I'm going to do the evens. And then they'll all be good. All right, so please follow along. I also told you there was a formula sheet, correct? The reference sheet. Pull that up. All right, pull that up, and you can take a look at it. Now, as we go, all right, I probably will let you use your reference sheet on the test. All right, I'm not 100% sure, but if you need to add something to your reference sheet, somebody say, "Can I write on it?" The answer would be yes. All right. Now, some people, you know, I don't know if you screenshot it, you can put it somewhere on the side or whatever. All right. But again, as we go, I will just be writing the formulas. I think it's important for you to write the formulas every single time. All right. So with that in mind, here we go. Now in this case, it says round to the nearest tenth. All right. So we'll keep that in mind. All right. So for question number 1, somebody tell me the circumference formula. And what's the diameter of this problem? So everybody is putting down pi times 11.
I got 34.6.
Around 34.6. And we would say feet. Everybody good with that?
Yes.
All right. Skipping number 2, let's jump to number 3. Again, circumference equals pi times b. So circumference is pi times 6. And if we're rounding it,
18.8.
somebody 18.8. Remember, you have to put the right units. 18.8 kilometers.
Oh, it's pi.
Yeah, pi times the diameter. Good mistake, though. It's all right. Now listen, concentrate, please. All right. Here we go. Number 5. This time, we want the circumference to be 2 times pi times r. All right? Circumference equals 2 times pi. What's the radius?
4.9.
So 4.9. So circumference is roughly 30.8 kilometers. Everybody okay with that?
So, does he like round or like don't round?
Well, it says round to the nearest 10.
So, but you went like, we got around.
I'm not going to mark it all wrong. But I do want you to remember now, we're getting ready to take ERBs soon. And when they say round, they want to round it properly. So if you're having trouble rounding, let me know. Okay? All right, now we're on number 7. All right, let's take a look at number 7, please. It says, when Maggie hooks her dog up to a rope that is staked in the yard, the dog can walk a distance of about 84.8 feet along the circumference. To the nearest tenth, what is the length of the rope? So in this case, we're saying circumference, the length of the rope is the radius. Hey, boys, you just got to ask me. All right, I'm doing the odds. All right, I want you to listen. Circumference equals 2 pi r. Is everybody happy with that? So circumference, 84.8 equals 2 times pi times r. Well, all we have to do is type in 2 times pi on the calculator, right? Everybody with me? And that becomes like 6.28 something. Right? But the point I'm trying to make here, if you put 6.3, you're just dividing. Is everybody okay with that? So we're dividing both sides by 6.3. So your radius is roughly how much? Anybody get 13.5? So we'd say 13.5 what though? 13.5 feet. Everybody good? So far, so good. All right. Let's take a look at number 9. Now we're talking about area of a circle. So if you forgot what the formula for area is, but I don't want you using your reference sheet. I want you to try to remember it. What is the area? Very good. A equals pi r squared. Fine, are you with me? All right. So in this case, A equals pi. What's the radius? 3 squared. So your area is approximately what? 31 point what?
I got 20.
So 28.4, 28.3. Now we measure area with what? Squares, right? So that's why that's the answer, 28.3. Everybody go to that?
Yep.
All right, let's check out number 11. Again, area equals pi r squared. Area equals pi, what's the radius?
11.
So your area is roughly, go ahead. What is it? Caroline? 380.1 kilometers squared. Everybody happy with that? All right, let's continue on. We got lots of problems to do. Oh, now everybody put a star by number 13. I want to find the area of a circle having a circumference of 46 pi. So the first thing I want everybody to do is I want everybody to put down the circumference is 46 pi. So what is the diameter if the circumference is 46 pi? Yep, what would it be? No, tell me, what would it be? Come on, girls, I want you to listen. What's the formula for circumference? C equals pi times d. You hear me? Look up, please. Look up, look up, look up. No excuse for this. This should click into your brain. Look up, look up. Connor, you're not looking up. Julia, I want you to pay attention. Everybody's got to have your eyes up. Super important information. If the circumference is 46 pi, I would like your eyes to focus on pi times d. If the circumference is 46 pi, come on, what is the diameter?
23.
No, what is it? It's nothing to think about. It's just paying attention. You are not paying attention. Look up. I'm trying to get you to make a connection here. Look what I'm telling you. The circumference is what? 46 pi.
Oh, 46.
Thank you. Look how obvious that is. The only thing the diameter can be is what?
46.
46, because if I replace the diameter with 46, I have what? 46 pi. Now, as you get further advanced, we don't, like next year, we won't use 3.14. We're just going to leave it in terms of pi. That's what they mean by that. But I need everybody to look up. Sebastian, come on. You're not out of there. Come on. I'm asking one more time. Do you agree with me? If the circumference is 46 pi, the diameter had to be what?
46.
The diameter has to be 46. Agreed? So I need everybody to write down. Diameter equals 46. All right? And it would be 46 units. So if the diameter is 46 units, what would the radius be? 23 units. So now how do I find the area from here? So A equals pi times 23 squared. That's what I was hoping you would say. All right? So now everybody type in pi times 23 squared. So area is what? 1,660 what? 0.9 units squared. Is everybody okay with that? So we just went from the circumference to the area. To go from the circumference to the area, you have to figure out what the diameter is first. Is everybody okay with that problem? All right. Now let's jump to 15. All right. This isn't bad. I have to find the area of both shapes. What shapes do I see? So the area of a triangle plus the area of a what? Rectangle. So the total area is, how do I find the area of a triangle? 1/2 BH. How do I find the area of a rectangle? Base times height or length times width. Doesn't matter, either one. All right, so now I need everybody to try to figure out what's the base and height of the triangle. Tell me. Yes, exactly. So area equals 1/2 times 6 times 4. Now, how did you know it was 6? Because this isn't given right here. That is not given. How did I know that had to be 6? Because the bottom's 12. Thank you, Miss Bragdon. Very good. The bottom is 12. The top part is 6. So what did I do? Subtracted them. It's not a coincidence that they're equal now. Everybody hear me? All right. You have to subtract. All right. Now, what's the length and width of the rectangle? 6 times 12. So now everybody type that in. Somebody said 84. Does anybody agree with that?
Yes.
84 what?
Feet squared.
84 feet squared. Everybody good? All right, here we go. Skip to 17 now. Uh-oh, what do I recognize about this shape?
It doesn't fill.
It's 2 semicircles, which makes it what? 1 circle and a rectangle. So here's what I want down. I want area equals pi r squared plus length times width. Everybody good with that? Uh-oh. Who knows what the radius is?
4.5.
Good job. Good job. Some of you guys are really doing well. All right. If you don't know, speak up. Everybody see how it's 4.5? All right. So now you write it down. A equals pi times 4.5 squared plus, what's the length and width of the rectangle? 18 and 9. Good job. So your area is, somebody figure that out for me. Abby, you're quiet. You all right over there? 225.6. Girls, you guys agree with that? Is that good? So what is it again? 225.6 feet squared. Everybody happy with that? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Colin's coming up with something different.
I got it, yeah.
Colin, what are you thinking?
I got 543.7.
All right, so let's just review that, Colin.
You put square. Is this?
Yeah, he for a square.
Oh wait, because yeah, I just did this different way.
Yeah, he didn't.
Let me know if you have an issue, Colin. Hey, is everybody okay so far? All right, basic formulas. You have a formula sheet if you forget, but
It's not hard.
still, the formulas, we've been doing them so long, you should be getting the hang of it. You shouldn't be having to look at the reference sheet all
Okay,
the
I
time.
did this completely wrong.
Colin, what are you doing?
I was trying to do a sphere since I could connect those two to make a sphere.
I got you. I got you. You fixed it though, right?
I'm in the process of doing so, yeah.
All right. All right, everybody take a look at 19. All right, now again, listen to me on this. Several things. All right, you're laying carpet. All right, so when you're laying carpet, it's going to cost a certain amount. It costs how much? $3.79 per square foot. So the problem is we have to figure out how many square feet do we need. Everybody with me? All right. So what shape do we see here?
I see 2 rectangles.
Is everybody okay with that? 2 rectangles? Now, one thing we can do, I don't know how you did it, but you could have drawn it that way, correct? Or you could have drawn it straight down. Would it matter?
No.
Doesn't matter. All right? So, now you got to be real careful. Area equals LW plus LW. Are the rectangles the same?
No.
Definitely not. All right? So let's do the big rectangle first. All right? I need someone to tell me the dimensions of the big rectangle. 10 by 20. Now the question is, how do I know what this is right here? You look directly opposite. That's 12. And then directly opposite is what? 8. Does everybody see that? So that's why that's down there is 20. So the length times the width would be 10 times 20 plus. Now I have to do the smaller one.
It's 8.
8 by what? Julia, what do you think? It's definitely 8, right? Now what I normally tell kids is to do is this. Is you should draw it from here to here. That's obvious that that's 8, correct? And then from here to here, I don't know, right? But I do know that the whole length is what?
19.
And this from here to here is,
10.
therefore it has to be 9. Is everybody comfortable with that?
Yeah.
All right. So then the dimensions of the smaller rectangle again would be what? 9 by 8. So the total area would be what? 272 square feet. Is everybody happy with that? So what's the problem?
Did you say it's 9.5 for the smaller?
No. Because look right here, buddy. Here's what I'm trying to show you. See how this is 10 right here?
Oh.
So from here to here has to be 10.
Oh.
It's not automatically cut in half. All right? Now we have 272 square feet. So what would be the cost of carpeting my room?
272 times 3.7.
So listen to me. This means right here, pay attention now so you can get this right. This means it's $3.79 every square foot. How many square feet do I have? 272. All
I
right?
got 1,000. No, I got 1. Yeah, 1,000.
So your total cost is going to be 272 times 3.79. Somebody tell me what that is. How much? 1,030. Point.
Can you abbreviate it to total?
All right.
No,
88. So $1,030.88. Girls, are you all right with that? Is everybody okay with that? Yes. Going down? Did you get something different?
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can help you with that, since you asked me. No, stop. We're studying, working hard. So we're cutting it this way. You with me? So now this would be 12 by 10. Do you agree with that? And this would be 19 by 8. Do you agree with that? So do 12 times 10, which is 120. And what's 19 times 8? You add those together, guess what? Same thing. Okay? Any questions with that? All right, here we go. Let's take a look at 21. Okay, but I have to read the directions real quick. It says find the volume. All right, so find the volume. So number 21, what's that called, by the way? Rectangular prism. It's called a rectangular prism. So you multiply them. Very good. So you're going to do volume equals length times width times height. So yes, you could say area of the base times the height. Absolutely. So it'd be 9 times 8 times 4.
288.
Now we say volume is equal to 288 what though?
Feet squared.
Cubic feet. Because you measure volume with cubes. You measure volume with cubes. All right. Now, if you'll notice, 23 is like 21, correct? But 22 is not. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do question number 22. All right. Question number 22 is called a what? Triangular prism. Right? It's a triangular prism. So in this case, the base is a triangle. So you have to write volume equals 1/2 little b little h times capital H. All right? Now, here they're trying to disguise the base and the height. So I need everybody to look. Make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. This right here is how much? Does everybody see that's 3? And then this right here is what? 17. That, remember, is considered the base. That is considered the base. All right? And the base is the triangle. So your formula would be volume equals 1/2 3 times 17. What's the height? 8. Is that good? All right. So here we would say your volume is 204 cubic meters. Everybody happy with that?
Yes.
All right, let's carry on. So let's do 25. Again, the triangular prism. The altitude is the height. I'm trying, right? Try to explain it to you. All right, so listen. The altitude is another word for height. And the altitude is the distance between the two bases. That's what they're saying. All right? So again, your triangular prism follows the formula V equals 1/2 little b little h capital H. Yes, ma'am.
V equals 1/2 times 12 times 8 times 9.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly correct. Very good. So 1/2 12 times 8 times 9. And like I said, if you have to, make sure you put altitude and just put height above that. It's the height of the prism. It's a different name. Yes. What is it?
132 yards cubed.
Yes, ma'am.
On the formula sheet, I was looking at volume for triangular prism, and it said
Now, again, listen. So Caroline pointed something out to me. All right. So you're supposed to know the base is a triangle. So you could put in there, that's right. So put V equals 1/2 BH times capital H. You guys, listen. We still got work to do. Ask me. All right. 27. Here we go. For question number 27. Now you're supposed to look up and you're supposed to say, what shapes do you see?
I see a
Triangular prism and a
triangle.
rectangular prism. So we have volume equals 1/2 little b, little h, capital H, plus length times width times height. Julia, I'm just tired. All right, come on. I want you to sit and have fun. All right, but every time I look up, you're laughing. You guys are, I'm not sure what you're doing on your iPads. Joe, you hear me? Come on. I don't want any problems. Now, for the triangular prism, what is the base and height of the triangle?
The height is 1.5, and the base is 5 and 2.
The base is what?
5 and
5. The height is 1.5. And then the height of the
2.
prism is 2. So let me show you where that comes in. If you miss it, look right up here, guys. Does everybody see what I'm saying? This distance here, or you could say this distance right here, that is considered the height of the prism. And they are the same, yes. All right? Plus, what's the length and width and height of the rectangular prism? What is the length and width and height of the rectangular prism?
The length is 2, the height is 3, and the width is 4.
And again, does it really even matter where you put the numbers? No, because you're multiplying them. All right? So again, type it straight in for me. Volume is equal to.
Oh, I got 37.5.
Meters what? Meters cubed. Am I good? All right. Here we go. 29. Now on this one, guys, it looks like, pay attention, it looks like,
I got
now, see if you can listen to what I'm saying. What is this distance from here to here? Somebody help me. What about this distance? What about this distance?
4.
Right, so to me it kind of looks like a cube. Does everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Sitting on top. But what caught my mind here is that I know that from here to here, I want to make it so you can see it better. Everybody see this? This distance from here to here is 4.6. Right? This right here is 4.6. Everybody see that? At first, I thought this right here then would have to be what? Did everybody see? I thought it would be 4.6. It's very hard to tell. So what I did was I tried to blow this up a little bit so I could see the back end of it. And if you look at the back, look what I'm trying to show you now. Will, you're going to be next. I don't know what he's doing. All right, but you seem to be attached to his iPad. This right here, look up, please. Does that look like it runs all the way to the back? No. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it like that on the test. All right, you'll obviously be able to see. All right, so this, I would agree with you, is just a cube sitting on top of the box.
Yes.
Everybody with me? So again, we have the two volumes. All right, so we would say that the volume of the cube would be 4 times 4 times 4. Does everybody agree with that? Plus 16 times 4.6 times 5. Is everybody okay with that? And now somebody tell me the volume.
Oh, I got 435. inches cubed.
Is that right?
I mean,
432?
inches cubed.
432 inches cubed. All right. Any questions with that? All right, here we go. Moving on. Oh, you know why I didn't see what it was a cube? Because look what I did. I made a mistake. Yeah, the question was up here. Everybody see that? And now it says that the what? It is a cube. All right, so I just made a mistake when I printed this. I didn't shift it all the way down. Everybody see that now? So we were right. Our conclusion was right. It is a cube. All right. So again, make sure you take a note of that. That was also question number, what, 28.
Oh, this one.
All right. So number 29, we're going to go ahead and do. All right. What shapes do you see on question number 29? Yay. Very good. For those of you guys who said a half a circle and a trapezoid, that's how I'd like you to see it. All right. If you saw it as a half a circle, a triangle, and a trapezoid, that just makes it a little bit harder. Do you agree? All right. So let me identify this just to make sure you understand. Eyes up again. This shape right here is the what? That is the trap. That's the trapezoid. That is correct. All right. The one on top is the what? The half circle. Everybody good with that? So, what is the formula for area of a circle?
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared. Do we want the whole thing?
No, half.
So it would be 1/2 pi r squared. Now, who remembers what the formula for a trapezoid is without looking it up? What was it? You're awesome, buddy. All right, I don't know how you remember that. That was very good. 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. That's what we got. Now again, I'm hoping you don't have to use your reference sheet so much because we've been doing it so much. All right?
If you have to, though.
Yes, I'm totally fine with that. So A equals 1/2 pi. What's the radius of the circle? 2.5. Does anybody understand why it's 2.5?
Yeah.
What is the trapezoid? 1/2. What are the bases? 5 plus 11. What's the height? What's the height? 4. All right.
Oh, I see.
Now again, type it straight in. Now, would I do 5 plus 11 on the calculator? No, you should just automatically change that to 16. All right, automatically change that to 16. What do we? Anybody else get 41.8?
Yeah.
41.8. So my area is 41.8 square feet. 41.8 square feet. You okay with that? All right, let's go to 31. All right, we're back to volume again. The volume of a triangular prism. So it's basically the same formula, right? So volume equals 1/2 little b, little h, capital H. Anybody else get that? So we're plugging in V equals 1/2 times 12 times 4 times 8. What did you guys get? 192? Okay. Now again, we measure volume with what? Cubes. All right. I had to delete 33 or 32 because it was an irregular shape that we didn't know. All right, so 33. Everybody take a look at 33. 33, what two shapes do we see? A rectangle and a triangle. A rectangle and a triangle. So area equals length times width plus 1/2 base times height. Now, what is the length and width of the rectangle?
6 and 2.
Yep, 6 and 2. What's the base and height of the rectangle? 6 and 4. Good job. Is that correct? Anybody else get that? What is it?
I got 1.4.
I got 20. I got 20.
I think it's 24 centimeters squared.
Oh, I didn't have
You agree with that?
Yeah, I didn't.
Now, do me a favor, guys. We can, this, again, I didn't do a very good job looking this over, so copy that and bring it down here.
Yeah, keep on getting 1.
Same.
144?
Yeah.
6 times 2
12.
Yeah, I got
plus
24.
1/2 6 times 4.
6.
Oh, we
That's 4.
multiplied.
It's 24 divided by 2
Times
is
4.
12. 6 times 12.
Times 6.
Yeah,
What is it, Colin?
24.
24, I'm
Yeah, I
great.
got 24.
You just do 6 times 2 times
We're able to finish the fireball?
1/2.
No.
It's kind of hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sweet at first, but then it gets hot.
A little bit hot for you. All right, here we go. Now, notice what I did here, guys. For whatever reason, this didn't come up, all right, correct, so I moved that. All right, so I just want to make sure you don't get confused.
I'm so confused.
All right, here we go. 35. All right, here we go now. It says a semicircular window has a diameter of 24 inches. So semicircle, half a circle. All right. So, and Lou wants to insert a laminate sunblock coating that costs $1.50 per square inch. How much will it cost? So here's what we got. So you have a window that looks like a semicircle, right? And because your window looks like a semicircle, you're going to try to find the area of the semicircle. All right, you're going to try to find the area of the semicircle. So this is kind of like the carpet problem. All right? So what's the formula for area of a semicircle?
Pi r squared. Or 1/2 pi r squared.
1/2 pi r squared. All right, 1/2 pi r squared. Now, what is the radius? 12. So now everybody needs to tell me area equals 1/2 times pi times 12 squared.
Got 1. I got 226.
So we said that's roughly what?
226.2 inches cubed.
All right. Now, it also says what? It says that it costs how much? $1.50 per square inch. All right, if it costs $1.50 per square inch, what do I have to do? Yeah, so now you have to take that and multiply it by 1.5.
Yep.
$339.30. All right, make sure tonight. Listen, there's a lot going on, guys, a lot. I want you to knock out the odds tonight. Knock out the odds. The bell didn't ring.
You got a phone light up? What's the phone light up?